So in this Maitreya has said, O best of the Kuru dynasty, I shall now ascribe to you the descendants of Sovereign Manu, who was born as a part of then expansion the Supreme Personal Godhead. The Sovereign Manu had two sons by his wife Satrupa. The names were, so there is a chart here about the Sovereign Manu transcendental genital hierarchy. Satrupa is his wife. Priyatma Uttapana is his son, and Akruti, Prasuti and Devabhuti are his daughter, and they are all married to Brahmarishri, Suniti, Suruchi. Akruti, the daughter is married to Ruchi, Daksha is married to Prasuti, and Devabhuti is married to Kahamani, which is mentioned in chapter number 3. So, how many we know that we are all descendants of Adam and Eve? So we are told that we are descendants of Adam and Eve. So today we come to know that no, we are not descendants of Adam and Eve, but we are descendants of Manu, son of Manu, because he has been created by Lord Brahma, and Lord Brahma has created Manu to the progeny of this whole universe. And Manu has been given this direction. He was never interested to do the progeny, but he was told that that's the duty. That is why he has done. So he has got three daughters, Devabhuti, Akruti and Suruchi. Right? Sorry, Prasuti. And for Akruti, he was told that Akruti has been told that Sarvamanu, because he has son, but still he wants his grandson to be his son, because he knows that the grandson of Akruti and Ruchi will be a Supreme Personal Godhead. So that was the promise. So in the earlier days, it is mentioned that if you have daughters and you have no son, you can ask your daughter that when you have a son, you can give it to me as a son. The grandfather can ask like that. So that was very interesting because I was not aware of that thing. When I was reading this chapter, then I realized that oh, that is a possibility. That so because I have daughters, I can ask my daughter's son to be my son. So that was given to him. So Ruchi, who was very permanent Brahmin, very particular in a Brahminical qualification, he has accepted that. And Sarvamanu was not very happy with that because Sarvamanu was saying that if he got a son, only one son, and he has to give it to me, he was not feeling very happy about it. But when he come to know that Ruchi and Akruti has got a son and a daughter, then he was satisfied. Okay, fine, I can now ask one son and they can keep one daughter. So that is what it is mentioned there. The important part which I like about this there is that about the Brahminical qualifications. In ISKCON, we are all going through the Brahminical qualifications. Slowly, ISKCON is teaching us. And what is the control of senses? Control of the mind. So, control of senses is basically we are only eating Krishna Prasadam. And we are following the four elementary principles. So, there are a lot of senses control is happening by default. Now, in this senses control senses, if you look at it in ISKCON, we are not forced to maintain the senses because somebody is telling us. It is by default, by jubilation we are having it. We are happy about it and we are very happy about it and we are all doing it together. So it is very easy to control the senses. So that is something which I wanted to take a lesson from it. Control of the mind and cleanliness. So if you ask me today, we are all here by 6 a.m. in the morning. 6 a.m. we have to be here. And by 6 a.m. we have to be here, meaning we have to be coming to the temple, Bhakti Center to do Aarti. So we all have to take bath, right? And when we are taking bath, who tell me, before coming to Krishna consciousness, who will take bath at 5 a.m. in the morning? It is very difficult if you ask somebody, you take bath in the morning at 5 a.m. or 4 a.m. or 3:30 a.m., nobody will take. So somehow we are also learning that cleanliness is a very crucial part of the human life, and which is mentioned in Manusmriti, which is mentioned by Manu. And that is happening by default. And nobody is asking you, you are automatically putting an alarm, each and everybody calling each other and saying, let's get up and then go to temple and take baths. Right? So I'm just taking some point that what is the Brahminical qualification we are receiving indirectly without even knowing that what we have to do, and we are not even forcing that we not do it. Then we are saying about the cleanliness within and without meaning outside. So we are all reading this Shikshashtakam, which is Cheto Darshana Mahājana. So our heart, which is full of dust and dirt and all the thoughts of others, of enemy, jealousy, right? It is getting cleaned by the Holy Name. So this is the cleanliness which is happening within. So we talk about outside, we take bath, we dress them with a nice clothes, and outside is basically done. Now what about inside? Inside is cleaning happening through the Holy Name, right? And so truthfulness is coming. If you ask somebody about anything, Krishna devotee, he will be always truthful. If he is not, he will be getting into the truthfulness slowly. Sometimes you ask somebody that, have you done your chanting, have you done your sadhana? So initially it is difficult, and sometimes slowly people say, yes, I have done it. I have done myself. When I was in the early stage, people say, have you done your chanting? Yes, only I have done it. But I can't say now. So initial stages, you come with your thought process and you say, you just say it. So you just get rid of this person who is actually forcing me every time. Prabhuji, please do one chanting, one mala, Prabhuji, please one mala. And that was not happening. So we used to say, no, we have done it. We have done all the, we have taken, sometime I was in Bangalore when I came to Krishna consciousness, that time 3:30 a.m. we have to get ready. 4:30 we have to leave the temple. And it happens sometimes that sometimes you are not interested or the heater is not on, there is no hot water. And cold water is, I was not that much pious. So once I went without taking bath to the temple for Mangal Aarti. And I said, yes, I have taken the bath. So who is checking you? So now I can do that. Even if it is 3:30 or 2:30, we all have to wake up, take bath, and then only go. So that could be the possibility. That the Brahminical qualifications, which is the Brahminical qualities, we are developing slowly. So that is something which I learned from this particular verse, that we are becoming qualified slowly and gradually. And once you get the seva of Aarti, Tulsi Aarti or Prabhupada Aarti, or we don't have a deity of Prabhupada. Generally we have a deity, then we have to dress up. So that is giving you a lot of service mood when you actually dress up the deity of Prabhupada, because you actually get to serve him. And I think many of you have done it already. When I was doing this service, I was realizing that when you actually dress up the Prabhupada, undressing, put some abhishekam to him and make to bathe him nicely, you actually get closer to Prabhupada. And you actually start feeling, and you started feeling that Prabhupada is telling something, you don't do like this, you don't touch like this. So I was like feeling that the service is actually transforming. If you just read the books, I'm not saying not read, you have to read it, but if you don't do the service, you are not getting closer to Srila Prabhupada or to Krishna and the Vaishnavas. So now we are talking about the service to the Srila Prabhupada, and we are also talking about service to the Vaishnavas. So I was thinking that how can we do Vaishnava service? So Vaishnava service is one thing which somebody gets sick or somebody gets admitted to the hospital. That is the only one thing we think it is the Vaishnava seva. So So you can also keep about, as Prabhu always call me, Prabhuji, get ready, we have to go tomorrow for Mangal Aarti. So that kind of service also is very important because sometimes we don't do it for Mangal Aarti. Right? So if some devotees are required who can help you. That is also a big Vaishnava seva. Like, some devotee you have in your life who is actually taking you for the right devotional path. In this verse, Dhruva Maharaj brother has been killed. So Dhruva Maharaj was killing everyone. He was killing all the yakshas. Now, Manu, because he knows Dhruva Maharaj is very pious soul, and he is supposed to kill only one yaksha because he has killed his brother Uttama. But Dhruva Maharaj was killing like anything, and Manu, his grandfather, he came and told him that if you are killing every yaksha, that is not the right thing to do. So what is the right way of doing? Is only kill that yaksha who was killed and don't kill anyone else. That is the message which he wanted to communicate. Now, sometimes in our life also, we are getting unnecessarily angry. It is about anger, unnecessary anger. And what we want to achieve is something we never think about it. We are just getting unnecessarily angry about something which is very petty, like very small things. And that I have myself absorbed, and I think you all might have absorbed in your life or and you are thinking that why I did that. After that event has passed, then only you realize that you have been unnecessarily angry and you are trying to do certain things according to what material nature is saying. But that is something you have to be surrendered to the Lord, which says if Lord wants something to happen like that, it has to happen. So I will be giving some personal stories because I have a personal experience only. I am very not good in the Vedanta Shastras and my knowledge in the Shastras is not very good. So once there was the Ekadashi. On Ekadashi, I have an opportunity to serve for prepare the last roll for the Lord. And I was sure that today is the Ekadashi, but when I went to the temple, I somehow forget that today is Ekadashi. I made nice prasada, puri, sabzi, halwa, and proper non-Ekadashi prasada. And there is a time, so we have a time 7:38 in the morning and 12 o'clock in the afternoon. You have to serve. That's the time. You should not delay by 1 second even. And when the Pujari came to pick up the last bowl of thali, he said, Prabhuji, do you remember today? And this prasad, bhoga you have prepared is all non-Ekadashi. Then, as I was a new fight kind of devotee and I don't know much about it, I don't know what should be done. So, but I learned from the Pujari Prabhuji, the head Pujari of the temple. He told very nicely, and that is something which I learned, that he said, maybe today is Ekadashi, but Lord wanted to have all Ekadashi prasad. And it takes off all the burden from my heart that I have done a big mistake or a blunder. Again, he asked me later that you should do 16 japa, more, read one chapter of Bhagavatam and some 4 or 5 verses of Bhagavad Gita to subsidize or take a pashatap of this. But after that, whenever something wrong goes in the temple or Diksha, so I am not saying that it is right to do, but I started saying that maybe the Lord wanted this to happen, that is why it happened. And that is taken away a lot of, the relationship or the communication between the devotees, when something happened wrong, Prabhuji, you have done this wrong, and this is not acceptable, get out. So the communication becomes very soft by just having this word that maybe the Lord desire is to have like this, so it happened, but it does not subside the wrong mistake you have done, the blunder you have done. To subside that, you do something else, like do some extra reading, extra chanting. But the communication was becoming very, not very angry communication. And we have seen when you become a little bit advanced in Krishna consciousness, you feel I am doing something more, and somebody new is coming, we try to teach him or preach him too much. Do like this, which is also right thing to do. I'm not saying not right, but that message that maybe the Lord desire is to have this thing like this, so it happened. And that was so powerful message for me at least. And the love between the devotees have increased. And and the communication has become like more powerful, and people are becoming very closer. And also that is just one thing, but the other part of it was like we started understanding the Lord has some desire, some Lord wanted to have something differently, and it is very difficult for us to understand. So it actually opens the door that can we see what the Lord wants. Because a lot of times somebody says that this is happening not right with me, or sometimes somebody says that I wanted this to happen, but this happened. After 5 years, suppose somebody was, I wanted to go to US, and my wife did not allow me to go to US. So today I am in Bangalore. If my wife would have gone with me, the family would have gone with me. We were H1B or citizen by US by now. Many friends I have seen. But then you do not understand what Lord wants to happen. So at least in Krishna consciousness, I have seen that devotees are completely surrendered, and they go by the Lord's plan. And the Lord's plan is the ultimate plan for you. If you understand that, we are all sitting here at this time in the morning in Saturday, only by the mercy of the Vaishnavas and by the mercy of the Lord, which this Damodar Leela is coming, which is a 2-finger shot. One is your endeavor and one is your Lord's mercy. If these two things happen, then only things will happen. So without that, we are not here gathered together and having a satsanga. So that is one thing which I wanted to communicate. Okay, so in this pure devotee was accustomed to thinking of the Lord. Now this is about thinking of the Lord all the time. So how can we think about the Lord 24/7? It is very difficult for us as a human being to think about the Lord 24/7 and to drive the communication and everything which is happening around us towards the Krishna. All the communications. Again, I will give some examples which I am living like that. So if I go to vegetable shops, so if I have some 4-5 vegetable shops, when I go there, I greet them like Hare Krishna. And whoever you are meeting in the day, the vegetable shop guy, the supermarket guy, anybody, any of your friends, you have to greet with Hare Krishna, even if it's a non-devotee. Now, why it is important? Now he will say, I am going to say Assalamu alaikum if he is a Muslim. And you say Hare Krishna. So he said about his Lord, and you say about his your Lord. Now, in some lectures I have seen that if you or somebody hears the name of Krishna once in his lifetime, he can be delivered. So that is the faith. Now, if you think that way, we were just trying to say that how can somebody at least hear? Same is the best. If he can say the whole Mahamantra is the ultimate. But if he can just hear the name of Krishna, he can be delivered. So if suppose that if you believe in that, then it is possible. Meaning I know that we are doing so much, but still we feel that we have no guarantee to get delivered in this lifetime. But if you have a faith, it may happen. So we try to make sure that all the communications which we are having in our life, in our day, to anyone, at least he should hear the name even without anything. So I went to Mysore recently, and generally when I go, I stay in the Jain Dharmshala because I am a Jain, and only Jains are allowed. In the Dharmshala, only Jains are allowed. Non-Jains are allowed. They actually check ID card. But still I went there because in Jain community we don't have too much of attachment to totally. It's there, Lord is there, everything, but like they generally don't get the Jain name, Jain. But nobody is speaking too much. It's like, hello, hi, namaste sir, kya hai? Okay. But then what I did is I say Hare Krishna there. Now there is a doubt that I say Hare Krishna, meaning you are a Jain, but you are Hare Krishna. I am not giving up to you. But I said no problem. If the rule is not given, doesn't matter. What matters is you should hear the name. So what is our thought process should be all the time. Our thought process should be whoever we are meeting. So if you go to Vrindavan, what happens? Radhe Radhe. So when I was going to Vrindavan, you all have gone to Vrindavan. whenever you speak to this rickshaw guy, e-rickshaw guy, without even asking something, you will say, "Maha chaloge kya?" He will say, "Radhe Radhe." So the first thing which has to happen in Vrindavan is to be Radhe Radhe only. Without that, communication cannot start. So what is this going on? This is actually about how everyone is making sure that either you hear the name or you say the name. If you say or hear any number of times a day, it's of course in the holy name, in this Kalyoga, the holy name is very powerful. And if you hear the holy name, the holy name can deliver you. That faith should be very, very strong. And if I am talking about all these things, which means that what we are trying to get to is how to be know and remember about Krishna and Radha 24/7. So when you sleep, you just chant the holy name, the whole Mahamantra before you sleep once. And when you wake up, you need to speak the whole Mahamantra once. When you wake up, the first thing you speak is Mahamantra. Before you sleep, the last thing you speak in the day is the Mahamantra. If you try that, it will be difficult. It's slowly it will come. But once it comes, you believe me, I feel like it is so powerful. You are so satisfied. Some people have sleep problem. If you chant the holy name in the last thing in your day, the sleep will come within 5 minutes. It is very powerful. If you have to practice this, I know a lot of people are already doing it, but just keep chanting the name, automatically you sleep. And in today's generation, which is by somehow the grace of mercy of the Lord, some devotees are like that. They are actually not telling their children the lullabies and all that, luri करते हैं सब रात में सोते हैं तो लल्ला दूध की लोरी. People are changing into Hare Krishna Mahamantra. So lot of families I see where they are telling their children about the Mahamantra while they are sleeping. Now think about it, how privileged those children are that they are hearing the holy name from their childhood, from day one. So that is the power of holy name. So how can you be 24/7 engaged? Whoever you meet, whoever you interact in the office also, all the discussion should go around Krishna. When there is a festival, you put the background on Zoom about Krishna. Client has to ask, who is this? What is this? And that's an opportunity for you to tell about client about this festival, what is happening, who is Krishna, what is Radha, what is this festival going on today. I do that. Shamelessly I do that. In office, people know that I am like joker. Because I don't really mind putting the background of any festival going on or any Krishna's photo, and the client has to ask that who is this and why I do that, because all of the backgrounds are normal. Now people can fire me for that and they can say anything to me, but that's fine. Okay, at least they come to know what Krishna. My clients are in Canada and Poland, and 2 are Muslims. And now they learn about Krishna in this official interaction, even though they are not supposed to because of that religion, but they are actually learning slowly. Now there is a risk of my job, but let it be. Okay, but somehow it is going on for the last 6 months. Now no problem. So I am feeling that we should actually we were reading with PRABHU once that madness. Bhakti can be done only in madness. So be mad about Krishna. Hari Bol. Now here it is saying the Lord reciprocates. So a lot of times things happen in our life where we feel that Lord is reciprocating. But are we open to see the Lord reciprocation? A lot of things happens in our life and we say this has happened to us in a right or a wrong way. When something happens right, we are happy. And we always say that okay, right things are happening, thank you to Krishna. But something happens wrong, then Krishna is over. Then we are just saying
something happening now, you can again say it's due to Krishna.
Due to Krishna, why are you going to me? But when something So how can we open, drop that wall between us and Krishna, that we can see what is happening in our life is because of him. And when something big happens, we think it is big for us. Then only we see that, oh, this is Krishna's plan. This is Krishna's mercy, that is why it is happening. But why are we not able to see small things as well? Only big things, we see that Krishna is doing it. But even the small, our breathing is happening, or the food it is given, we say MAHÄJANAS over there. Actually, that is very powerful. That Lord has given me prasadam to eat. It is not easy for us to eat. A lot of people not able to have the prasadam, and we are getting it, and that's why we are praying to the Lord. So we are not very thankful in such way. Like we say for a same purpose. Let's say because everyone says in this form. So because we are having a day routine, so we are also saying it. But actually, it is very empowered. We have to thank God that He is actually giving us food. He has given us the whole body, the whole family to run. It's not easy actually. The other thing is, in this one, what happens? We feel like prasadam is nice. Wow, Prabhuji, maza aa gaya. Right? We dance nicely. Prabhuji, maza aa gaya. And we are looking after maza. Like everywhere looking after Prabhuji, maza aa gaya. After chanting, Prabhuji, maza aa gaya. So, Prabhuji, what is this maza? Are you taking maza or the Lord is taking the maza? But if the Lord is happy, then maza is coming to you as well. Otherwise, it's not going to come. So sometimes we feel that we are enjoying, but are we enjoying? The Lord sitting inside us is enjoying, and because that we are happy. So it is not that we should enjoy. We should enjoy, but we should think the Lord inside us is enjoying. It is difficult to understand, right? Little bit. That can we understand that me and the Lord are separate or different? It is very difficult to understand because we are part and parcel of the Lord. And to differentiate between am I enjoying or the Lord enjoying, or how can I enjoy without the Lord, the separation. So if we say if the Lord is happy, I will be happy, and I should not be enjoying because I am not supposed to enjoy. So that's not getting into all the challenges. If we are enjoying, the Lord is enjoying, and if the Lord is enjoying, then only we can be happy. So do not try to be an enjoyer. The enjoyer is only one, who is the Lord. Okay. Another thing which I like is it is all about the expansion of the universe. So Manu has come and he said, I am the person who should create more and more generations. So in this verse it is mentioned that whenever the child borns, you think about maintenance. If suppose you have this scheme that Sukanya Samriddhi Yojana and all those things. So as soon as the child borns, a lot of parents they will do some FDs. They will start saving for the children because of their maintenance. So we all think about the maintenance and how they can be nicely living the life. Whatever we have suffered, they cannot suffer. So there is two things. One is Lord is helping us to think that we should have to maintain them. So we should actually have them some savings or some kind of facilities to be provided. At the same time, we can also think the Lord is guiding us and Lord is helping us to make their plans. So that is good to understand. The other way to understand is I am doing it because I can. But that is very dangerous. Because as soon as you think that I am the doer and I will do that for my children, and if I am not who will do, that is a very dangerous situation to be in. We have to always think about that Krishna is the maintainer and He will make sure He will do it. So sometimes something happens in life with your children or with your family or with your parents, and you feel very sad about it. It is very difficult to detach from that moment that this body and this soul is two different things. And soul is eternal and body has to go one day. So there was a movie of Bhakta, Shiva Bhakta, Shiv Datta. It's a Southern movie. In the Southern movie, the Shiv Datta, there is some, I think Shivji came himself and he asked the Atithi Devo Bhava. So this Shiv Datta is very much a Atithi Devo Bhava philosophy. So Shiv Datta was saying about whatever Atithi will say, I will serve him nicely. So this Shivji came in the form of a yogi. He asked for the meat of his son, and his son has born after a lot of like they were saying she is not she ever gave birth, and with lot of mercy she got a son after long years. And he asked that you should only cut your head of his son, and then he said after the head is cut chopped by his father, the rishi asked, you both go without dropping a tear from your eyes, you should smash the head of your son and make a dish. I was like, what is this possible? How is this possible? How can you do that? Meaning, even I can just get out of the house. But I don't know that was a movie or real story, I'm not sure, but I was just watching some clips, so I found it. The devotion to the Lord is so much that he's chopped his son's head and he's smashing his son's head and making a vegetable serving. Meaning, I was just telling you because how much that devotion can be for the Lord that if he is having some kind of direction, instruction in his life, that Atithi will come and he will ask something, I will serve him, that is my duty. Even though I need to cut my son's head and chop it and then serve him, he is ready to do it. Meaning, thinking about what I was just thinking, how can that be possible? And when the food was served to this Rishi Muni, they are vegetarian, they were not vegetarians. They did it to maintain their vows and instructions. And then the Rishi is asking, call him your son, I cannot tell you. And they were surprised. You are asking so much of gone through this trauma. I have to kill my son, I have to smash his head without drawing a tear, and then you are asking me only to bring your son to eat together. And then he said, once to his mother, to his wife, he called, please call once with your sweet voice, your son will come. And suddenly, the food, whatever they prepared, completely converted into vegetarian food. And the son came running, and the moment was very happy. In this learning, I was thinking, why a devotee has to go through so much of trauma? Meaning, you can do test a lot of things, but this test is a very difficult test. And the devotee who is such a devotee can, it is not possible for I think anybody of us to do that. So I was thinking about the devotee that how can you be such a devotee that the Lord is testing you like this, and you are able to pass the test. And you need to be very big Vaishnava. So anyway, that's just a story to can you were thinking about can you pass such a test? And which Lord comes and asks. He will not ask such things, but I don't know why this guru was created all those things. But Lord can test you everything. Recently, one of my guru, Shiksha Guru. So Shiksha Guru initially he was giving a Bhagavad class in lunch office time. So office time is a lunch Bhagavad. So we used to all go together. And recently his wife, due to cancer, passed away. And before that, he used to give a lot of classes. I know when somebody goes, it is very difficult. But then he showed by example. And he and Prabhuji's like Mataji's both were day and night job. And whatever time they have, they used to teach the children of ISKCON. And their 24/7 was only involved in Vaishnava Seva. And such Mataji, when she passed away, definitely it is not easy to manage, but after all those griefs, after 10-15 days, he came into temple and started doing services with lot of enthusiasm. And he is feeling now, time का पता नहीं है, बाइट जा सकती है, नहीं जा सकता हूँ. तो जो समय है, whatever time नहीं लगेगी, तो प्रभु जी ऑर्डर किया उसको sorry about it. So So now he is second teaching that you cannot be bewildered if something happens wrong. And in this verse also it is mentioned that the body is temporary. Anyway, I think we all understand that the body is temporary and the body should be treated temporary only. So I think just going back to the same story of Shiva, his son is sad. So his parents were not interested to do that and they were saying whatever happens we will see but we will not do this. Then his son came and he said that thing, that my body, that body is of no use. So he gave the example of a chappal. If you are going somewhere, in the when you go to Vrindavan or when you go to any Vrindavan actually example because there you have to put a chappal outside very far away. So if you ask some shopkeeper or some house to keep your chappals for the darshan, I will go and have darshan, come back and take my chappals. So will he keep? They will keep. Somebody will not even ask money. Right? They will say, yeah, please keep it. Please keep it, no problem. Even Dwarka also, the same situation, so you try a few places. They will keep nicely. So this son was saying, if somebody can keep the chappal, but if you ask, can you keep the dead body in your house? I'm just coming and taking. Nobody will keep. So that example was like, nobody can keep the dead body of anybody in their house. They can keep the chappal. So the body value is not even more than the chappal. So what is the point of this body? So that is the intention in this story. It is mentioned that in this example also mentioned that the body has nothing, no value. So don't worry about the body. Think about the soul and just go on. So the last thing is about the we think about the life. Life is very important. The duration of the life. Nobody wants to get died, right? So I want to live at the life. That is the intention. So it is mentioned that we cannot understand the duration of the Krishna's life. So we are thinking Krishna came 5,000 years ago, and he went, and now Krishna is not there. Krishna came and gone, and now Kali has to come. Kalki Avatar will happen. So, but can we understand that Krishna is not there now? The devotees' experiences are there. Krishna is always there, and Krishna is always there, and Krishna is always helping his devotees. How is he helping his devotees? If you do the service of the Lord, I mean, I don't know whether I should reveal the example, but in Melbourne temple, this is Melbourne MAHAPRABHU temple, called Melbourne MAHAPRABHU. So some devotees have given their experiences. They have left everything, they are just serving the Krishna. Whatever time, 2:30 AM, they will be doing service till 2:12 midnight. So some Pujari has mentioned that when they dress up the Lord, when they touch the lotus feet of the Lord, they actually feel like a child's lotus feet. So that is something which is very inspiring. Basically, if you say Lord is not there, but Lord is, once you feel that Lord is there and you serving Him, He will actually give you some kind of His darshan in some form. Now somebody says that when we feed Lord nicely, will Lord get fat? Will He get fat? Can you think? When we feed the Lord will get mota. So the heavy dresses of the Lord are getting smaller in size. That dress which comes with last year is not fitting now, this year. Now this was very confusing for many devotees who were serving. Even as a Brahmanical Diksha they have taken and they serve to the Lord and the dress is not fitting to the Lord. So there is an elevation, like levels, when you say PlayStation games, levels, you have to cross the levels. So in the devotion also there are levels. So when you cross some levels, then you come to realization of something which is unimaginable. Because we feel पत्थर की तो भगवान की मूर्ति है, ये कैसे साइड आ सकती है? Why? Because we are serving the Lord with so much of love. And the reciprocation here, which is mentioned in this verses, is about Lord will reciprocate. Lord, बड़े भी जाते हैं, छोटे भी जाते हैं. Everything happens, and that is so powerful. And we have seen that some of the Vaishnavas who are serving the Lord like anything. We have examples like very great examples are sitting here as well. If you serve the Lord will reciprocate, and you have to just wait for that David to come in your life. I am just telling you all those things so that you can get inspired, including me, myself, and how can we get inspired to go to another level. And those when you go to another levels, don't think that something will happen wrong in your life. If something is happening which you don't want that to happen, because that is Lord's desire, and you have to accept it. If you get into that kind of mood, I think Lord will definitely grant you whatever you like to wish. And if you say, I want to go back to God, it will happen. So, by that, I would like to close my class here now. And definitely, I am not very empowered in the Vedas, so not able to really give a very good class in terms of MANU. But whatever I understood from the chapter number 3 from Canto 4, there are 33 verses, which is talking about how we have to live as a devotee. I just like to connect with my personal examples. Please correct me if I have said something wrong, and I'm really sorry for something which I have not said right. Any questions or anything which I am not able to answer, but maybe devotees are able to answer, but yeah, please.